Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome once again to Salon Life TV. I'm just getting wrapped up with a few people at the end of the day, so, pardon my clips and whatnot, but you know how that goes. I wanted to bring to you something that's been popping up on Facebook for me in a couple of different instances. And I'm not quite sure how people don't know how to handle these situations. But as the title of the video states, done and dash. So with regards to what we do in the salon industry, for us, this is a take on what's been going on in restaurants for years under dine and dash. Clients coming in, requesting services, booking an appointment, and then they're hustling their way out of payment. And that's all it's about. Okay? So I'm going to give a quick little critique, and then I'm going to get into a couple of videos that I researched. I will put them down in the description box for you guys. Follow up with them. And, of course, as always, again, if I didn't formally say it, thank you again for watching and following, and welcome to Salon Life TV. You can find me on Facebook, Salon Life TV Facebook, as well as on Instagram, Miss B the Teacher, and Twitter, Miss B the Teacher. I've been trying to get a few things out on different social media platforms with traditional news platforms. So look out for that coming as well with regards to Apple. We're looking at Google Play. I was getting into that, but I'm not sure what they're doing with Google Play right now. But, just look out for Salon Life TV. I'm still very much researching certain cities or stylists that are interested in being profiled or interviewed, so look out for that as well. For those of you all that understand my passion as a teacher, being in the industry for 28 years, I just really and truly want to use this platform to give us a voice out in the industry and for people to understand why we're so passionate about what we do and why we do it as licensed salon professionals. Again, I have to make sure that I reiterate that. And I would grab my professional license for you somewhere. I don't feel like digging it out. At any rate, for the video, for the people that are out there that are unlicensed and you are getting scammed, this video is not for you. I could care less that you are appropriating our business. So this is not a video for you. This is not a video about promoting people who steal from a thief. This is not for you. My professionally licensed cosmetologists, barbers, estheticians, wigologists, hairstylists, natural hair designers, nail techs, all of us straight down the line. You got a license with your government name stamped on it. This is for you. Okay? So what I do know in my years of teaching, 15 years down the road now, it's about behavior. And we're living in a society, people want to call it entitlement. It goes a little bit deeper than that. We're really just talking about, at some point, emotional, mental, and psychological underdevelopment in a lot of adults that are operating in the world nowadays. Undiagnosed is where the problem lies. So when people act out and they throw their temper tantrums and they want to get their way, for the most part, this is what you're dealing with. They've never had that behavior corrected somewhere in their life. They think that someone owes them something, and I just want you to give me something. The entire aspect of working for what you want, earning what you want, paying for the things that you say you want when it comes to products or services is totally not in their purview. I am not excusing it. I'm not okaying it. But I'm telling you guys, it's a lot deeper than someone just not wanting to pay me for my hair, pay me to do my nails, pay me to do whatever. When I was very young into the business, I had a lot of people that tried that crap with me. I was just very fortunate to be working in an environment that security was not that far away. I started out with a lot of franchise, corporate-based salons. And that was just something that wasn't going on then. You were not walking out of a salon. It was the equivalent of shoplifting, and it still is. However, stylists that are out there that don't know how to handle it. One, you're being caught off guard because you rely too much on social media. So you got people, for one, that are catfishing you. They've got fake profiles. From a girlfriend of mine that I talked to in Georgia, she's in a salon suite type setting. They actually believe that in one incident that they've had people that came into the salon suite, and it was not it's not a well-known, it's a locally owned salon suite. So they had people that were coming in and literally casing the building, going from booth to booth or studio to studio, I guess, to see who offered what and who did what. And basically what they were doing is getting a bird's eye view on what studio had cameras and what didn't, what the outside parking lot looked like coming in, so forth and what happened. So her instance brought that to me, that it was what the fallout came to be after they got into a physical altercation. After the services were performed, they booked and made the appointment, and the services were performed, and then the girls began going on this tirade about how they just didn't like my hair, so forth and so on. That then becomes a behavior issue, and it becomes a distraction. So now they've got you pulled in emotionally, and you're not thinking about your business. When it becomes a physical altercation, now you're giving them, in their mind, more power when you try to fight me or you try to hit me. Or what I've seen in some salons on YouTube, these agent salons, a man literally put a woman in a full-on chokehold, had her down to the ground. You know, you're not security, you're not the police. I don't advocate any of that. What I need you guys to do is to not get pulled in emotionally. You've got to think critically and logically and understand that you run a business. People are out, the hustle and the scam with the just lowest of the low people is real. And they're putting in a lot of effort to run their scam. So with my girlfriend in Georgia, the fallout became that they realized that these people had catfished the girl who did the service with fake profiles. They specifically targeted her booth or studio because she had no camera. She did the services and was requesting payment via an app, nothing cash, nothing wrong with that. But if you were going to book service, go ahead and do something like list your services with StyleSeat, Booksy, places like that. Go ahead and do your Groupons. There's nothing wrong with doing a Groupon because all you have to do is overprice your service 20 to 30% of what you normally would charge. Let Groupon get that money, and by the time they book the service and pay for it up front, you've not lost any money. You've got to make sure that you got a strict no refund policy. Redo, maybe reschedule something, but there's no way you kicking out an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours worth of work and you're not getting your money. Your labor is gone, your products are gone, the time and effort it put for you to do your hands and put your tools to work are gone. My money is not going to be going with it. I'm getting paid. So with my girlfriend in GA, the fallout was these girls had booked the service from 2 to 3 hours away, and I believe someone blew the whistle on them from social media, where they were running their mouth about it, how they went up to Atlanta and got their hair done and hustled the chick and this, that, and other. Case in point, they were able to find out who these girls were, and this is what was happening. So they're realizing when they travel like that, they have no intention of paying you anyway, and figuring you're never going to catch up with them when they've got to drive 2 or 3 hours back to another city, and you never even knew who this person was to begin with. That's the hustle. That's how deep it is. That's one of the worst case scenarios, guys. All right? They're stealing from you. There is no doubt about it. You have got to be mindful of how to protect your business from start to finish. Working in a business where you work for yourself or even for someone else, commission, an employee, what have you, there's no way in hell you're not being compensated for the work you've done, regardless of what they don't like. is nowhere in anybody's law. The service was performed at their request. It's only going to be to the best of your creative ability. That's what we do. We create. And we have, independent of one another, the hundreds of thousands of us that are in the industry, independent of one another, we have an artistic ability that's this big, this big, this big, off the charts. That's ultimately what you pay for. You're inspired by something that we do, something that you've requested us to do. Once I perform that work, I expect to be paid. So if you're not going to curtail these hustlers and scammers because you're just taking any and everybody off the street, get back to networking with your clients, having your clients refer you other clients, and know that you run a reputable business. And the people that you deal with are reputable people. I doubt very seriously a teacher, a nurse, a judge, a doctor, someone like that has a reputable name in her own industry, in her own community, and has a career she's got to be mindful of, wants to try to hustle you out of work and take the chance that you call the police, file a police report, and she gets picked up for theft of services. Because now she's looking foolish on her job. That's not going to happen. Boo Boo, KK, Ray Ray that come out of nowhere, without putting anyone down and this sounding like a put down, you guys have got to understand when you get to be a certain age and you grow the fuck up as an adult, this street shit, this hustle shit, this scamming shit is bullshit. You better learn that as soon as you possibly can leaving the business. I learned it getting into the business at 17. I had a father that's a master electrician. For those of you guys who know my story, I use him as a case study all the time. I left a program to enter to become a criminal justice, whether that was going to take a study in criminal justice, taking me to being a lawyer or whatever, what have you, which is why I stay heavily involved with the laws when it comes to cosmetology and barbering. It still intrigues me, the process of law writing and bill making and how you should have a respect for what you do according to the law. My father was heavy in his union as an electrician, heavy with the steel plant that he worked in, pounding the pavement, being on picket signs, striking, being laid off, going through all that, dealing with union officials and reps and complaints and all of this kind of stuff. And for him to let me know, if you're going to get into this business, you have an industry, you have a service, you have a license you have to protect. You get into it and you stop fucking around. And you don't deal with people that's going to fuck around with your money. So he lost a lot of so-called friends and family people early on because as an electrician, they needed work done. Oh, well, can you come do this for me as a favor? Them favors run out after a while. I got a family to feed. I got bills to pay just like you do. So fuck the family shit. I need my money. So if you can't pay me my money and understand the value of what I'm worth because you're looking at me through emotional glasses, through professional glasses, then you don't have to call me and ask me for no more favors because my favors are done. So this, again, goes back to behavior. And certain people in the world are just not emotionally, psychologically mature. So when they want to give you stupid ass excuses, I don't like how you did this. And I don't like how you did that. If your work is technically sound and technically proficient and you gave them ethically what they requested, what they like or don't like is not a deal breaker when it comes to my service. And it sure as hell is not going to be a damn defense when you get in front of a judge. So what you got to do is start to better protect your business. So I do like the idea. I've been in schools for several years. And clients paid for their services up front. And not because it was a school, but because you had to secure the payment. Okay? Stylists now are going out. You don't have to get a big deal thing like a big wedding party or something done. And you need to send a deposit in before we get started. Either have you need to have something out in writing when your clients book your appointment. When they book it to you and you send them a text back, that's your documentation right then. Put a disclaimer up on your style seat pages, your book seat pages. Put something up on your Groupon in your fine print. You have a way to control it. What you have to do is stop giving a damn about whether or not somebody is going to like you putting your foot down after you put your foot down. So this is why me and the friends and family shit done over with. If I've got to do something every now and then, I'm looking for models or something like that, I have a few people in my family I reach out to. And that may be something every couple of years. But the free shit with me, done. Auntie, can I please? Done. Yo, some baby mama of my brothers, it won't ever be done. You just don't ever need to call me. Ain't no friend, no nothing here. I don't even hardly talk to my brother, so you don't need to call me asking me for no kind of free shit because you land up with him nowhere. I don't give a damn about you. I don't give a damn about him. I give all kinds of a fuck about my money. So you have to learn when to cut people the fuck off when it comes to dealing with your business. Okay? Fuck they feelings. So now you caught up in your feelings and you ain't got no damn money. The scam is real. The hustle is real, and this is what they're doing. They're banking on the fact that they're going to get you distracted away from the fact that they've made an appointment, they've requested services, they've this, that, and the other. Because by the time they get in the car and get on down the street, honey, they on the phone, they're texting somebody, kiki and cockeying about how they just left about your shop with $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700. One I have here, $900 worth of work. And they're getting away with it. So we got to stop this. Ensure your business, ensure your professionalism, and you can be nice and subtle about it. As I had an aunt tell me years ago, you can tell anybody to kiss your ass with a smile on your face. But you better mean it. Don't let nobody play. Okay? You got a business to protect, and you're here to handle business. So once you realize you got people that are trying to scam and hustle you, yeah, you're going to have to start screening people. You're going to have to stop just letting anybody walk in, take up your time, your effort, and your money. Don't ever put yourself in a position where you need money that damn bad that any boo-boo the damn fool can walk off the street and tell you, I need work, I need this, I need that, and you put all that in. You wait to get the money after, and they don't pay you? No. Because in the instance that I've seen in salons where these people are being locked into the salon, I'm not going to that extreme either. You can leave because I'm going to protect my business. There's going to be a camera somewhere. I'm going to get a photo. I'm going to do something. Okay? But I'm not going to take a chance. You're going to act even a bigger fool when you put a gun or knife or something out on me in my own place of business and try to literally, forcefully assault me, shoot me, kill me, stab me. No, that ain't worth no damn hairstyle either. You can get the fuck on out of here. So by that point, physical description is done, photo, something, put some cameras in there. You got something. Everybody wants to be out on social media, so I'm going to social media your hair before and after, and I'm going to social media your damn face too. I'm not, y'all, you're going to be nice and professional. Yeah, but if you know me, this is about as professional as it's going to get, a version of my professionalism, but you're going to get some real shit from me too. The one thing, a lot of things I can deal with people. But fucking with my money ain't never going to be one of them, okay? So that was just my upfront commentary. Let me go ahead and get into some of the links that I've researched for you guys so we can see where we're going to be. All right. In most cases, you'll be able, and this is not new, but some states are actually writing into law verbatim, not under new laws, but they're verbatim telling you what law you can go through to get your complaint filed and press the appropriate criminal charges. Be mindful to know what the laws are and research them and make sure that you're going to have kind of a backdoor policy where you back up what you did on your services, knowing what your court costs are, and if you have to get a lawyer involved, you need to be able to take that through to the court process to be able to get that done. So once these people are arrested and they try to bond out, you're going to be able to at least make sure you can get your money recouped through the bonding process. I'm not sure if you have to go separately to a bonding agent to get that done, but get into the law. Your downtime in the salon, read your law. These are just state statutes that you need to spend time doing, guys. So if you got to be online, you got to be kikiing and cockeying, Get your research on. Get your education up. Because I doubt very seriously you got people walking into a damn hospital. They're requesting to get a goddamn $50,000 heart valve fixed. And they cut your ass open, they fix your heart valve, and you don't pay the fucking hospital their fucking money. Like, that shit just doesn't happen. So for people that want to continue to not respect what we do for a living, we change lives, no doubt. You got people coming in here getting services done because they're looking for new jobs. They're trying to impress a husband or a girlfriend. They're making themselves feel better. They've got something going on in their life, and your services are changing their life. We change lives. You can cuckoo, kiki, kaka all day long with a whole bunch of whatever and not respect what a professional licensed cosmetologist and barber does. I suggest you don't. You don't want to respect it? Do that outside of my shop. You don't want to pay me? Don't bring your ass in my shop. Simple. All right? So, theft of services. This first article is from theuglybeautybusiness.com. Again, I'll be putting the links in the description box. You guys can look it up later. Theft of services. When a client refuses to pay. Great article, I thought. So I'm just going to give a few points here. All right. Make sure you're standing on everything that's right, guys. This does not need to get out of hand where stylists are filing false claims against people for no reason. We need to make sure we keep legitimacy and the integrity behind everything that we do. That's the reason we have laws, all right? So, in this case in point, it seems like every week this month, whenever this article is written, we've heard a new story of a salon owner who has gone to extremes to get what they're owed from a client who refused to pay for their services. Okay, in this article, you'll learn how to prevent theft in the first place and how to handle a client who rejects or refuses to pay for the bill. All right? Again, this one has a few points in it, so really quickly, I'm just going to hit a couple of the items here. How to prevent theft, all right? Write a refund policy. What did I just say? Put it up on your salon's webpage, your social media, big-ass sign at the front desk when they come in, whatever your refund policy is. No refunds, redos, services performed, you don't like it, unhappy with it, it didn't go as expected, you get only 25% back, write your policy, but protect your business, all right? Ensure your service descriptions are clear and accurate. What the client asks for is what they pay for, okay? It also says, utilize consultation forms, perform strand tests, and refuse to perform services with questionable outcomes. That could mean a client is asking you to do something that you know is ethically irresponsible. And you don't ever want to put yourself in a position where you know you need to not charge for the service because you, I don't know, gave a lightning service to a client who just had a permanent wave 2 days ago and that hair is falling out of her head before you get her to the bowl wheel. Like, client may not need to be worried about paying you for a service because now she may be coming after you for some type of trauma in a civil suit. So you need to make sure that your services are not going to have questionable outcomes, okay? Invest in security cameras. Right here on the screen, I know it's blurred, you can't see it, you guys will get the link. Everything that I just kind of went over up front, this is taking you step by step. Take identifying information at the desk. What is identifying information? Get your clients' names, get their phone numbers at the very least. Okay, social media, email addresses, all these other things that link themselves to your clients, okay? Require a payment up front, particularly for more expensive and time-consuming services. All right? All right, next point here, handling service theft. And this is where we're going to get a few of these and get on to the next article. First, let's not commit any crimes ourselves in pursuit of services. Again, don't get physically entangled with people. Don't get into fist fights. Don't get into that. The back and forth on the verbal, back off from that. Make sure you've got some way to, like there are apps that are downloaded. You could just hit the app on your phone. It's going to immediately dial up 911 or some other type of security or something where it immediately opens on your phones and starts recording the interaction. 911 can hear it. Pretty much it's just a hands-off way to call 911. Do that. But don't get into anything physically with people when now they have a way to say, well, you hit me. Things of that nature. Now you've got to prove your word against her. All right? All right. We aren't the police, so let's act like we know who we are. All right. To clarify, what this means that we don't do. Don't lock clients in a salon or try to prevent them from leaving. Don't put your hands on the client in the form of any type of assault. Don't chase the client out of the salon. And in one case, I guess I'll put it in just for a funny note. I saw this one nail salon, and I may have done it in a previous video, but one nail salon girl chases the client out of the salon. The client gets in a car. The nail tech is in the back of the girl's car, trying to prevent her. And how do you prevent a moving car, honey? 2018, somebody tell me, drop in the comments and let me know. I ain't figured that out yet. The nail tech is in the back of the girl's car, trying to prevent her from backing out. I guess she's figuring if I block her with my body, she's not going to run me over. She didn't get ran over. But you physically cannot stop a moving car. So the girl is continuing backing out. She finally gets out enough to whip her car into drive and drive off. The nail tech, mind you, is still in the back of the car. And the nail tech decides to jump on the trunk of the car. Homegirl ain't stopping. So she drives off. And in the tail end of the video, it's on YouTube. I think that the nail tech gets flung off the back end of the car. God be with her. I hope she wasn't hurt. But I'm like, come on, people. Like, really? Even if it was a $40 or $50 service, is it worth my life? No, it ain't. All right? By that point, you could have spent your time getting a girl's description. Whoever was out there filming the video, get that. And since you were busy spending so much time in the back of her car trying to jump on the trunk and all that, you could have just got the tag number and called it a day. So let's not do crazy stuff trying to prevent people from taking our services. So I thought that first article was a great way to give you guys some ideas on how to better protect your business. Now, let's talk about what people are doing and what I don't advocate that we do when it comes to protecting your business with your services. There was another video. This was on MadameNoir.com and from a few years ago. But it says here that a stylist cuts little girl's braids out after the mom doesn't pay for the service. So, a short way around the bush, a stylist had her service booked by the mother, so a young daughter. She said they were 2 hours late arriving for the services anyway. So again, even when you're doing that, you need to have a late arrival policy and a cancellation policy. Again, get a credit card number. They're going to book it with you. They're not going to show up. That 2 hours could have been you doing another client versus waiting on them. Really. So you still had money that you lost by waiting 2 hours for these people to show up. The mother shows up. She said she needs to run errands. Can you go ahead and start the girl's hair, get it braided, done, fine. The stylist finishes the services. I think she texts the mom when she's about done and says, I'm almost done. You can come back and pick her up now. The mom says, fine, no problem. You're about 20 minutes away. The article continues to go into the fact that another 2 hours passes by after she initially lets the mom know she's done with the service and the mother doesn't show up. The mother finally responds to directing her to an address, not knowing where she can really pick the daughter up and what it was she was having problems with her car. So I'm going to give you an address, and I appreciate it. I guess there's some kind of familiarity there. You're leaving your underage child with the stylist. Now the mother is texting back that she's having problems with the car and didn't know what time she'd be able to get back and get the daughter. So even in that instance, you've abandoned your child in this hair salon. So the stylist does a courtesy. It says, I'll bring the daughter to you, dropping her off, and I'll be able to pick up my money then as well. You get to the address that was sent to you. All of this is communicated on your text. You get to the door. There's no answer, no knock on the door. The little girl finally says that, well, this is really not our house. This is my grandmother's house. And no one's in the house other than my brothers, who are about as young as this girl is, who is only about 9 or 10 years old. And So the girl says, my mother's not here. So the little girl goes in and she's like, no adults are here. The little girl finally did say, well, my mother's house is a little further down the street, I think in an apartment or something like that, but at that age, she can't articulate an actual address. So by this point, after waiting another hour or so to see if someone's going to pull up in this house where these kids are left unattended, and then my work is in the house on this little girl, she's able to get the girl to come back out of the house, and the stylist cuts the braids back out of the little girl's house. What she did was post these photos of her cutting the girl's hair out on social media, and so a lot of people were attacking the stylist on social media, so she had to tell her story. So she said ultimately it was a total of 9 hours. 2 hours initially late, her doing the service, 2 hours waiting for the mother to pick her up. That's 6 hours right there gone. And then another 3 hours on this back and forth with dropping the daughter off, waiting for somebody to pick her up. They didn't pick her up and all of that. She says 9 hours I was away from my family, doing work, and then doing a courtesy, dropping your kid off, and then expecting to be paid, and I wasn't paid. So all of the texting and stuff, after a while, the mother was just not responding or anything at all. And again, I guess I'm just going to let this go, and I just can't get in contact with you, and who knows what the excuse was about my phone and whatnot. To the extent of cutting the braids out of the kid's hair, again, I'm not going to get physical with anybody. And then now you're talking about something being a little traumatic with the daughter. So I'm not sure how well that would have went for me. But the hustle is real, guys, out here for people. It's really real, and we got to make sure that we are protecting our business. You know, that comment will be link will be in the description box as well. What prompted me to do this was also one where I seen it Facebook or somewhere it came down, and again, I have to be mindful of where we live and what we're doing here in the United States. A lot of times things that are happening to us and involve us with black people, they're only making headway and making the news when it's something bad and it shows us in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not new to anybody. And it's definitely not new in a lot of people that are in the business, people of color, especially you work for yourself. And again, you're working in a lot of places that you're just dealing with a questionable element, just for the sake of, I know a lot of people, I want to do a lot of people. So I've known stylists over the years that have dealt with this. But you don't do anything about your environment to change it. Go to a different environment where you don't have a reputation of people stealing and hustling from you. So I can't say it's colorism is there because now, but once things start creeping across the doorstep of non-black America, then it becomes an outrage. Okay, that's what caught my eye with this next article, and this is from thelittleThings.com, where I initially saw it was something on Facebook. There's a bride-to-be, and I believe this happened in California. A bride-to-be runs off with $900 of services. So the salon posted footage to put her online and track it down. So one thing I thought was great here, the salon had cameras outside of the salon that had cameras in the salon and something almost directly over the stylist that was doing the work. So the bride-to-be, the whole farce was that the client comes in, she's in a panic. I'm getting married today. My photos are done. Something happened with her other stylist. They canceled. Couldn't get my hair done. She's almost in tears. Could someone really finish my hair and do my hair for me? She had hair extensions in. I believe they had to take the hair extensions out, put them back in. They colored the hair extensions and restyled it, gave her a bridal do and the whole 9 yards. I can't remember if it was a smoothing service, a straightening service, or something else that went on. I can't remember. But at any rate, the stylist gets done with however many hours worth of work it was, but $900 total worth of services. And then it becomes, I left my wallet in the car. Just let me run in the car and get my wallet. I'll be right back. Guess what happened? Wasn't no wallet, baby. Wasn't no car. And wasn't no $900 that you collected. It was a hustle from the beginning. And this is a salon in what I think is a halfway decent upscale area, and it happened there. But because this was able to make the news, now there's this thing. So when I had people hit me on Facebook, and this was a stylist saying she'd done 3 hours worth of work, and she went to on nails and do something on the girl, and she went to pay for the service, and she's saying, I only have $100. The client never actually pulled $100 out of her wallet. So the nail tech is saying, I don't have change for $100. So then the client is like, well, if there's no ATM around, is there some other way I can pay you? So the nail tech says, yes, I'll send you Cash App and pay me on Cash App. So the girl says, no problem. I think she tries to pay with whatever she says is what credit card. And then, of course, that didn't necessarily work. So then that hustle went, let me go head out to the car and see if I got another debit card. And she never came back. So this is what she's saying. It's like, I can't believe she's doing this and she's making these excuses. I had to kind of cut her off because now she's saying this has happened like 2 or 3 days ago. And I said, honey, you don't get it. This ain't no her not having the money or don't have a way to pay you, and she could have been brought you back, whatever it is. So first, I'm stuck on why are you doing $300 worth, 3 hours worth of work, nail work, and you need to make change for $100. Like, what the hell kind of services you doing? $5 and $10 services, you got to make change. That is $100 worth of work. 3 hours. So that's just me. So I had to hit the young lady back, and I had to tell her then because I was like, look, ma'am, you should have some type of description, something on this lady's social media. She found you on social media, so you've got to have a way to reach out to her on social media. So she's like, by the time she started trying to text the girl and get more whatever, now all of a sudden her social media was blocked. She blocked you from trying to contact her to get your money. So that's what I'm saying with they're making fake profiles, they're catfishing you, they're going through a whole lot of stuff. And they're going to praise you, they're going to want to be your best friend, they're going to want to do a whole lot of shit and pull you into that. And girl, feel sorry for me for the ones that used to do that. Feel sorry for me, I don't have the money or I can't pay that much. Or the real kicker, girl, you charge too much for this. No, I don't charge too much for shit. Not what you're requesting from me. This is my service. This is what it is. Book your appointment. Pay up front. Pay my deposit or don't fucking call. So again, guys, the hustle has happened in a lot of different ways, and I wanted this video to be an idea of what we got to do to be on the lookout for all of it and how to better protect our business. So to round this out, I was looking for a few states on what it was considered. In Florida, I had my iPhone stolen about a year or so ago, and it was the officer that actually told me from my school. So again, the teacher hat went off, and I got my iPhone stolen. It's 50 students in here today. Security officer, be real low key, but let me call Orange County up in here. Orange County got there when I went through classroom by classroom. The security officer is checking bags with the police officer here monitoring. I will find my phone. That particular day, we had recruiters that were there, and they were taking people through tours. And the cosmetology department was the only department that was in school on Saturday. So after I took the security officer and the police officer class by class and had people empty their bags and their purses, you may not want to do it, but your name and the description with this officer, he's going to have your description and your name. I'm getting your name from your teacher. I'm not bullying you guys. You can opt out. But your name, if I cannot you cannot volunteer me to search your bag to prove that you don't have it. That's what the officer is here for. It was his suggestion to go class by class. And the people who refused to let me search their bag would be the people of suspicion. So this is not me doing it. This is the officer doing it. So trust me. 50 students got bags and purses checked. So we couldn't find it anywhere online. Outside, by the time I realized it was missing, some people maybe have dipped out on their lunch early, scooted it on out with them. I never got it recovered, guys. It could have happened when those people were there with recruiting and bringing people around and kind of unmonitoring them. I never got it recovered. I ended up having to pay my deductible to get the phone replaced and then waiting for the whole timeline of not having my phone, and you know how that goes when you're doing business or whatnot. It was the officer who told me that the cost of the phone, along with the time and effort, along with my insurance, your not your deposit, but what it is, your premium that you have to pay um, to get the service redone, reconnected, and all of that. Once the phone was found, they found it in whoever's possession. Once those people were arrested, all of that cost could go in front of the judge. And he told me here in Florida it was a minimum $300 to be considered grand larceny. With that being said, that was a physical iPhone. With that being said, I wanted to research more articles on what theft of services and theft of property actually outline. So this was written into law in New York State, September of this year, 2018. Theft of services law now officially includes salons and barbershops. So again, you're looking for theft of services, theft of property, because at this point it's physical property, it's your labor. So some other states read the laws and read the statutes, what it says under state. So you're going to, whatever the state says, your county or your city is going to go by what the state law is. Okay? All right, a little more than 8 months ago in Albany, New York, after an Oleon salon owner began calling for legal protections against clients who don't pay their salon bill, those wishes have now become law. Governor Andrew Cuomo signed into legislation on Wednesday that adds barbershop, salons, beauty shops to the list of businesses that are already protected by the state's theft of services law. Traditional businesses already protected, including restaurants, against incidences of dine and dash, taxis, movie theaters, telephone, cable companies, hotels, and even ski lift operators. So you got a lot of service-based businesses that are out there where you provided the services and you were expecting payment after. You expected payment, you issued an invoice, you sent them a billing statement, or they were on a billing cycle like a cable company and they didn't pay. Theft of services. Now, formally, when you're looking to write your legal business as a legal entity as a stylist to get protection, look for it under the law. All right, here the new law means violators can now be charged with a Class A misdemeanor if they fail to pay after a beauty appointment by justifiable failure or refusal, by stealth, or by any other misrepresentation of the fact. Beauty salons and barbershops are no different than any other small business whose livelihood depends on the support of their community. This legislation closes a nonsensical loophole that gives these businesses equal protection under the law once and for all. All right, this started with the salon owner who had a discrepancy with the client not paying a $130 bill, and I guess you're in the limbo, is it criminal, is it civil, how do you handle it? Okay, what it says is, with no criminal charges to pursue, the case went to civil court. The salon owner was only awarded $45 out of a $130 bill, an amount too small for the salon owner to even try to collect. And case in point, you would have paid more for a collections officer to get it served, to track this person down. It would have cost you more to do that. So now we have protection under criminal law. So in this instance, guys, again, you've got to respect yourselves and what you do in this industry. You can't ever let anybody tear you down. This is why I advocate so hard about being a professional, knowing that you're a professional, protecting those damn professional licenses, because now we've got clients that are hustling and scamming us on one end, And then we got other non-licensed individuals that's out here hustling and scamming, which is maybe where some of this shit is coming from. They're dealing with non-licensed basement, kitchen, garage beauticians that are doing hair illegally and can't collect money legally because now you have to prove that you've been hustling and scamming services illegally. So now this is creeping over into clients who are dealing with hustlers and scammers who's hustling and scamming them, and now clients are going to come in and try to hustle and scam the professional. I say no. I say hell no. I say fuck no. Okay? Salon Life TV is going to keep it real, all the way real with you guys, and I really do hope that this video is giving you some ideas on where to go to get some help on what to do. Again, keep yourself safe, keep your business safe. You don't need stupid, ignorant people retaliating against you because you tried to take action for them in the salon. Go about it the professional way. Take legal action. You got criminal action now. It's criminal under the law. Make sure you're looking into things, following up with the magistrate or stuff like that, how that works. I'm not sure. Maybe just even call the police station or get a sheriff or officer or someone to come out to you that's in the theft division that can give you an idea of what's going to happen when you do press criminal charges and how you're going to get your money recouped at that point. Guys, time out for the BS. You know what I'm saying? So I really do hope this was helpful to some of you guys. As always, you know, Miss B the teacher, I'm keeping it real. I'm trying to teach, still trying to educate, motivate, and inspire, because after 28 years, just like some other tomfoolery out here, the newer the hustle, the more you got to upgrade your education. You got to become a hustler now, an intellectual hustler. So what I'm about is hitting them where it hurts. What you're not going to do is play no games with a woman who dropped out of law school with 132 IQ. You're not going to hustle me just because I decided to only be a hairdresser. No, I'm going to come at you with everything, intellectually speaking, under the sun I can, and I'm going to hit you where it hurts. So if you want to go to jail and be up in there next to Big Bertha and Sally Mae for some goddamn barbecuing their children outside or throwing them in a goddamn microwave or cutting her husband's neck open with an ink pen, you want to be up in there next to them bitches because you didn't want to pay my $200? Then be up in there with them bitches. But I'm going to get my $200 and tell Big Bertha and Sally Mae I said what's up. And when I go to court, make sure that they in court with you and you can point out which one of them was your cellmates, because I don't want them hoes coming up in my shop trying to get no free work out of me either. Because then now I got to not worry about being a teacher and being a little intellectual professional lady. Because guess what? Winona, Alabama, Winona, Alabama, Big Bertha, and a Sally Mae before I was a Miss B the teacher, before I was an educator with them licenses and them this and them that. Don't try it. Don't do that. Because you don't want that. All right? As always, guys, I try to keep it real with you, keep it funny, keep it entertaining. As always, keep it educational. Salon Life TV, I'm signing off. Miss B the teacher, drop in the comments. Let me know if you like this video, how it helped you out. I'm going to get out of here, go get me something to eat or drink of wine. I'm going home to get in bed. I got an early day tomorrow. To all my stylists, barbers, nail techs, estheticians, licensed makeup artists that are out there, because I got that video coming, because there's certain states that are actually taking the makeup artist permit off the books. We'll get to that later. You guys look out for the next one. I got to do a little bit of research to see what I'm coming with you guys next, but you know, keep following, keep supporting. I appreciate it. Spread the word. Salon Life TV on Facebook, Salon Life TV on YouTube, Miss B the teacher on Instagram, Miss B the teacher on Twitter. Y'all know it's time for me. I'm tired. It's time for me to go. I'm out. See y'all later. Bye.